Welcome back to Gun Locker 75. Today we got a really interesting video. We're out here, it's like 4 degrees, but I think it feels like -8. I just checked my phone. And you don't want to come out in -8 with a 22. That would just be ridiculous. So what you should do is bring out all your 44 magnums when it's negative temperatures. I'll show you the rest of them here in a moment. So today we're going to play around with some 44 magnums in the cold, and what we're specifically going to do is, there's a lot of people out there that may have a short barrel revolver 44 magnum and they get rid of it because it's just too much recoil. It beats them up. This is not a strong point for me. I do have a friend that's given me some knowledge where you don't necessarily have to get rid of that gun. You can control it through the types of loads that you put through it. He's a reloader, so he knows a lot about the different powders and the reloading process. And what we're going to try to do here today is show the difference between the loads. You may be thinking, man, I need to get rid of this gun, it's just too much for me. But in all reality, run a different load through it and you may be happy and want to keep it. So I hope you stay tuned while we kind of do this little experiment. We got a couple 629-6s here. This one on the end is the Performance Center model. Pretty light pistol, and that's the one that will be kind of making our point the most today, but we'll be firing all these. But we're out here, like I said, in the cold with our 44 magnums, and we're definitely going to feel the sting in the hand today. Okay, we are going to get started with the 629-6 Performance Center. What I would like for you guys to do is see if you can notice a difference. I'm going to fire 6 of each, 2 different rounds. And I want you to see if you can notice a difference between the 2 rounds. Once we're done shooting, we'll discuss the true difference between the rounds, if there is a difference. So we'll go ahead and load up the first set of 6 here. My hands are already freezing, so this is going to be great. I almost forgot my ears. That would have been horrific. That is the thing I've always had an issue with when I'm filming, is the distractions and things that you miss. That's the one negative to filming. When I'm out here without a camera, that's never an issue. But okay, so we're loaded up. We got a target down 7 yards here, downrange. We are going to hold the gun exactly the same way for both loads. We're going to shoot everything the same way. We really want to see if you can notice the difference between the 2 loads. You know, remember, part of the point of this video is to show that we could make a gun like this a little bit more manageable, especially if you're a reloader. We can talk about factory ammo as well. So here we go. I guess we'll go double action. Let's try single. I am not a good shooter of revolvers, and you'll see if I show you the target. All right, I think I see where I'm hitting now. We got 1 on the target. So for me, and it's probably me, I'm having to aim low right to get a nice target shot. And like I said, it's probably me. So now we're going to go ahead and switch out to the next load. So the first batch of 6 that we just got done shooting was CFE pistol load powder. I failed to mention that. So CFE pistol load was our first round. Now we're going to go ahead with the magnum loads. And once again, let me know if you can kind of tell the difference. It may be tough here to pick up on camera, but this is H110 powder in these magnum loads here. I like the double action better, I think. Single action is a little tricky for me. I think I get too excited. But now we know where to hold, so we shouldn't be all over the place, hopefully. I guess I was wrong about that. I think I'm shooting high. I think that's it. Yep. Boy, either way, with how cold it is out here, I mean, you could feel it. So if I didn't mention, this is a 2 5/8 inch barrel. Now we're going to shoot the same exact loads out of a 6 1/2 inch barrel. Both the same model pistol, the 629-6. That one's the Performance Center. So we will start with the CFE pistol loads, or CFE pistol powder. 6 rounds. Same target downrange. I don't know if I'm going to show you the target. It's pretty bad. But you know I will. I don't care. It's fine. All right, here we go. Let's see what we can do here. I think that's it. Yep. Boy, you really notice the temperature when you're shooting a 44 Magnum. Whew. All right, now we are going to go with the H110 Magnum loads. And I'm definitely shooting this gun a little bit better. My excuse is just going to be the weather. You know, it's definitely not me. It's the weather for sure. All right, here we go. All right, leave down in the comments if you guys can tell the difference between the two. I'd be interested to see what you have to say on that. So your CFE powder is going to be more efficient in the shorter barrel. When you're running the H110, you're just really wasting powder at that point. So it was kind of interesting to feel the two different loads and to feel the difference in the way it either pushed back or raised up a little bit. So with the longer barrel, you tend to get, I was getting more pushback and getting more velocity out of the load, where the shorter barrel, that was not the case. And you know, to the point of this video, a lot of people getting rid of short barrel revolvers because of too much recoil. It can be managed with the loads. You know, it's just a difference in powder and you know, the whole reloading process. Guys, I just want to start by saying today was a different video for me. Definitely out of my element. I want to have a special thanks to my friend John for helping me out with this. But today we shot 10.5 grain CFE pistol loads and 24 grain H110 loads from both long and short barreled 44 Magnum revolvers. All loads used a 240 grain extreme heavy plated flat nose bullet. The CFE pistol powder is a faster burning powder, but there are other powders with a faster burn rate than the CFE pistol powder. The H110 is a magnum powder, which is one of the slowest burn rate pistol powders available. What we found today was using the H110 powder in the short barreled guns was a waste of gunpowder. Even with magnum primers, there is not a sufficient time to build pressure and velocity. The result was peppering the snow with unburnt powder and partially burnt powder, which oxidizes when it encounters fresh air. Under low light conditions, there would be an extreme fireball of a muzzle flash the size of a large hula hoop with the load when fired out of short-barreled guns. The H110 powder needs the longer barrel length to produce high performance. I noticed that the H110 loads produce less recoil than the CFE loads in the short-barreled guns. I also noticed in the long-barreled guns, the H110 loads produced considerably more recoil and actually impacted the palm of your hand in a straight back motion, whereas the CFE loads were lower recoil. Not sure if it was visually obvious, but what we learned today was that the short-barreled 44 mag can be loaded to make the recoil very manageable and comfortable. With any 44 Magnum ammo, it is always going to be more recoil than a 45 auto for comparison. Unless you go with 44 special loads, and then you can make the recoil about the same as a 45 auto. Rather than getting rid of your 44 mag, try reloading lighter loads with powder that doesn't produce as much recoil, or switch to 44 special ammo. The 44 Magnum is a very versatile handgun. If you consider all the possibilities of 44 special ammo on up to hot Magnum loads, you can produce anywhere from mild 750 feet per second up to 1500 feet per second with the same gun, in some cases just by switching ammo. I look forward to your feedback and hope you enjoyed this video. This was definitely interesting and something that I would definitely like to get more involved in. I'm not really educated at all on different powders and reloading and the different types of ammo that were out there. So it was kind of a quick video on the fly, an idea by a friend of mine, and we tried to kind of put it to video with his knowledge and me in front of the camera, and it was definitely a challenge, but I really enjoyed it, and I hope that you can kind of tell the difference by watching this video. But the real point of this video was, before you ditch that short-barreled 44, experiment with some ammo, because you may decide you want to keep it. As always, I appreciate you watching, and thank you for all the support, and we will see you on the next one. Please like, share, subscribe, and that's all I got. Thanks.